to Dutch Craft Builders. We are the best in here, Las Terrenas. Keep that in mind.
All right, Dutch Craft Builders! Yeah, Dutch Craft Builders!
We're gonna build a water barrier dam wall. It's gonna be a sort of a combination of a dike and a solid concrete wall that is going to be able to withstand a lot of force. So it's like a hurricane-proof kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But what happened here that you got to build a wall?
Well, there was a wall, but with the extreme rainfall, the wall collapsed.
Wow.
So now we're gonna build it bigger and better.
So you're building a watertight wall.
A water barrier, and also into the canal, all out of solid concrete, all the way from here to the far end over there.
So tell us a little bit how you're going to build it.
Well, first thing we gotta do is make a temporary waterway that the existing canal can find its way, and then we can make the other side of it dry. So then we can place our formworks, our rebar work. Then we make a footing that will be in like a Z shape, like so, and then on a 45-degree angle up, and then again flat to create the foundation for the solid wall that's going to be on top of that. So the actual footing for the wall will be about 3 meters wide and about 20 centimeters thick, all armored concrete.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so that's also a design that I made. I'll send it to you, the design. It is a Z shape, so when there are like extreme rainfall situations, the water can find its way to go and still does not exert any force on the actual wall. That is really only for like really hurricane situations and stuff like that.
Seems like I'm always surprising this guy. Look, he doesn't even know I'm here. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Chugan.
It's me. I'm always showing up at your job sites. I'm just a random job site inspector here in Las Terrenas.
Yeah.
How's everything?
Yeah, good. Look, we just got a new toy.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Can I get on that
nice.
thing? Does it take me for a ride? How fast does it go?
Now, in order to get the shape as you see in the design, I made this. It's like a mold. This is going to be the bottom of the footing. Now I made these so we can, when we are shaping our canal, we put it inside. Now we get our exact shape all the way through. We can just put it down, level it, and then we get our 45-degree angle on the whole length of the canal.
So what's going to be done here this week, and what are we going to see difference next time we cut over to?
The groundwork is going to be all shaped. Then it's going to have the geotextile on it and the rebar work. That's a couple of days work.
Cool.
there you go. So this is with the geotextile, and then already starting the rebar work on top. That's how you do it. We are starting obviously from this side. We go to that side. We choose for a grid of 15 centimeters between our rebar. So we now gotta make sure everything is aligned. But yeah, so this geotextile is what it's called. It's what between the dike and the rebar. When you pour fresh concrete on a very dry underground, the underground tends to suck the moisture right out of it, and then it will suck it out too fast, and that's bad for the result. So you want to have it protected against it. So that's why we use this.
Oh, look who decided to show up for work today. Dude, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Since 7 o'clock this morning, I went for water break.
Alex, you got a progress report for me?
Absolutely, boss.
You went for water at 7 o'clock in the morning.
No, I've been here since 7 o'clock this morning. Had to get water. It's hot out here. So the grid, we're doing 15 by 15. From this end to this end, I'm going to lift it and level it so that you get good coverage underneath the stone. Because one thing that's important for the boss is the coverage of the concrete.
So to make sure that the rebar is inside the
Absolutely.
concrete and not at the
in
very...
the center, not at the top or the
Right.
bottom, inside the center.
Right.
Which he uses the term coverage. You know,
Yeah.
so
And if it's
maximum
all the way at
coverage.
the edge, what's it doing for you? Is it doing anything? It's doing like less, right? If it were all the way near the edge, it's doing
It's
less.
doing less work,
Right.
and it compromises the concrete.
Right.
It's a disaster, especially when it's a roof slab. You'll see it
That's crazy.
over time.
Got the whole team here together, huh, Jamie?
Yeah, for the occasion, yeah. We need some extra hands because we have a small window of opportunity that we make it happen. Yeah.
What's going on here today?
Oh, well, we're pouring concrete on an inclination of 45 degrees.
Nice.
So if it's too thin, it will just drop down. If you wait too long, it will already stiffen up. So it's all a matter of timing. So let's see what she does.
Yeah.
Consistency is good, you see?
It looks
You see
great.
the difference between when I pour a slab that's like much thinner, then it's also easier to get a nice level. But this is exactly the consistency you want. Now, that's important. You do that before the pour. You discuss these things with the concrete company to get it the way you want it. And this is exactly right, you know.
Right. So it's very important in this build that the concrete stick to the wall on the inclination.
Yeah. So maybe you can see they smack it on there. So with the pressure of when it hits, it will stick. It will make it stick.
Right. Now, how do you gauge the thickness with them?
Well, I can see. Yeah, because I made this, so I can see it.
Right.
But you can also check it by putting in a stick, you know, so you can see the thickness.
How many inches thick is this supposed to be? About
6 inches.
6 inches thick.
Yeah, yeah. So I really enjoy these like atypical kind of things because I mean we build a lot of houses, but I really like to do special things. Like in this case, it's a dike, could be a tunnel or a bridge. Any special concrete requests there are, I'm happy to fulfill them because, well, that's after all what I studied for, and building only houses gets a bit boring after a while, you know. So, if you got anything special to build, just let me know.
Is Jamie here?
Hey, Dave,
There he is.
long time no see.
Yeah, man, since like the last few seconds ago.
What have you been up to? Playing with your drone?
I have been. I've been playing with it. I got some really cool shots of your build here.
Oh,
This is amazing how you're going to pour a single pour as a whole wall.
yeah, it's pretty much one of its kind in Las Terrenas. We placed a double mesh of rebar we got concrete coverage between our formwork and our rebar. So you got no rebar sticking out, because then it's no good, it doesn't work. So now, and for this particular case, we bought these clips. They are specifically designed to make sure that you get the right amount of coverage between your rebar and your formwork, so it cannot touch it.
To provide adequate spacing.
Yes, it's like spacers.
Hey, Alex. Hey, boss.
So I was thinking, for the 2x4s that go in the middle here, we need to put them exactly at the same space everywhere, because when we put the flat rods through and through, and they are slightly off, like I don't know, 7 centimeters to the left or to the right, then it will not go to the 2x4 but to the plywood. So I want them in exactly the same space. Now over here you see we made a cutout, because over here is going to be a rib. Now we're going to make formwork from here down to here, so we get an extra support. And this rib is not afterwards built against it. It's going to be a monolithic pour. So it's in one pour. It's all the ribs, everything is already in there.
Right. So when you say rib, you mean like a
Yeah,
A support.
it's a support that comes
Right.
that comes out to the
Right.
bottom up to here.
Okay.
So to keep it against the forces that can come on the other side to hold that.
Right, when the tidal wave comes.
Yeah, because you know my client asked me to build the strongest wall I can, and then well, then you get something like this.
What have you learned working with Jamie?
He's incredible with the concrete and cement and the mixture. And he does a mix that's totally different from what I learned here on the Dominican end, because he has a way of measuring. You know, he studied that. He's an engineer, and he gives me the explanation on tensile strength. Why? Why do we overbuild? Some people, like, I guess it's for money purposes, Dominicans build a certain way. We go a little bit above, you know, and not in a way like just to waste the client's money. It's just for securing and guaranteeing our work. So I'm a carpenter by trade. But what he's taught me, aside from doing forms, which is simple for me, is the concrete work, the reason why. Why do we build like this? What is the purpose? And that is beneficial for me, because that's something I would take away for, you know, I will have that forever.
No, really. How did you find Dutch Craft Builders
No,
for this?
I met Jamie socially, but when it come, so I've known him as a friend, and when it came time to actually build this wall to protect our neighborhood from the changes in how the water flows in the town with all the new construction, we needed to build this construction. And I first thought of Jamie because I know the quality of his work, and that he's always on time, and he's a professional. And it's very hard to find those kinds of professionals that understand, are educated in the work, and he's a concrete professional. He's the best I've ever seen. So.
So you guys drilled a hole into the foundation,
Yes, sir.
and you put a piece of.
A stake, a rebar stake. We know it's solid, it's not gonna run. Then we
Nice.
can put set it so that it can all be nice and straight and level.
Nice.
That's the support. That's the guarantee that it's not gonna.
Right. And plus, there's all those. What do you call those little
Thread rods.
Thread rods,
We have
right?
Thread rods, 3 rows at 2 feet each. That doesn't allow the concrete the plywood to open up.
Cool.
It holds it.
So there's about 200 something of them, right?
Easy.
Cool.
It's a big job.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
We put first these 2x4s, so the verticals, on this wall of plywood for their stiffness, but now it's going like sort of like in a snake, like an S form. So to make it perfectly straight, we put on a horizontal way, we put these steel angulars, and then we can adjust them by just turning them a little bit more like this or like so. We keep an eye on from the other side, and now we got a perfect straight line. And this is not to hold the concrete for keeping it from exploding when we're filling it up. because that we counter by putting these thread rods through and through. There's 250 of them, and they will make sure that the whole thing does not explode. So we poured the footing of the wall 2 weeks ago. Now in 2 weeks the concrete will reach approximately 80% of its ultimate final compressive strength. Now we're going to do a test to see what we're at right now, so let's see. We got here a rebound value of 27. Let's do another one just to be sure. This one is 24. And this one is 27. So let's say about 25. Now we check our little booklet here. Now we hold it vertically, our rebound tester. We got a rebound value of 25. Now that corresponds to a compressive strength of 3600 psi. Now that's pretty good, because that's more than I ordered, and it's still curing. It's still you know, it's gonna get even stronger. It will reach approximately 4,000. But all of these materials, they're all owned by Dutch craft builders. All of, and I got way more than this. But that's also a thing with which I differentiate myself from a lot of other builders locally, because it's common practice over here that people pay a daily rent for their forming material and then deliver it back once they're done with it, so they don't have to invest in form material. But I do invest, because I don't want to think about paying another day rent or taking it off prematurely, because that happens, because every day is money. People will just take it off and bring it back. And, yeah.
So when you say formwork, you mean all of this wood and structure that you've used? You got
Yes.
wood and metal and
Steel, my stanchions, my lumber, my plywoods, my fastening materials. It's all property of Dutch craft builders. Now, and that way we can we don't have to look for another piece of wood when we're building. We got ample, we got enough in all sizes. I'm pretty proud of that.
And how's the communication with Jamie? How do you feel about his communication with you about the project?
It's been great. So he does update videos for our group. We created a group for the neighborhood and for all of the neighbors to see what's going on. We also put in a camera that's solar powered and cellular, so that when the power goes out or anything, the camera still functions, so the neighborhood can watch the progress at any point during the day. They can log on and see what's happening here. And that group, Jamie posts regular updates to the group showing exactly what he's doing, you know, what progress has he made, what he plans to do over the next few days. So everybody is completely informed, and if anybody has any questions, they simply post it to the group and they get an immediate answer. So the communication is impeccable.
So have you noticed anything different about Jamie between the time when he was just building his own house, fast forward a few years till now when he's building in high demand? What have you noticed different change with Jamie and his company?
Well, I think his work ethics are the same even when he was building his own house, you know, to do everything proper, to do everything right the first time. But now he's in the process of building 3 different homes, plus this wall that will keep water out from flooding people's properties again. And he's very high in demand. But in my opinion, if I were ever to build here, I would use someone like Jamie, because he has the knowledge, he understands how to manage people in a proper way, and get good results. He has good people and gets good results.
as you might notice, this is a different kind of concrete than the one that we used to build the canal itself, the footing. For the wall, we want a higher flow rate, so we get a nice smooth result. And it flows nice around all the little corners around the rebar. It's important that you have the right mixture for the right purpose. No, at Dutch Craft Builder we don't blow our film work, but if you want to see some, you go look around, you see plenty of blown form work. That's the wall. Let me show you, Dave, how straight it is. I brought this aluminum, remember what I like to work with, because it's perfectly straight. So now check this out.
Wow, look at that.
That's a straight wall. That's how we like them.
Perfectly
Yeah.
straight.
All right, so that was basically in a nutshell how you build a water barrier wall. These are things that I studied in Holland at the Technical University of Delft. So I really like to do this kind of work because normally we only build villas. But if you got any special concrete works, like a tunnel or a dam or water lock maybe, you know where to go to.
Wow, Jamie, this is some wall you made.
Yeah, I'm always looking for the little hole to put my finger in for when the water rises at the other side. You know?
Just in case, right?
Yeah,
Beautiful job, man.
yeah, that's something you can show your friends, you know.
I really like it. So how many cubic meters of concrete do we got here?
The wall itself is 19 cubic meters of concrete, and then we got another 20 in the footing and in the canal. This was, as you saw, a two-stage pour.
So the whole thing is about...
It's about 40 cubic meters of concrete.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did it take overall?
This was a 2-month job.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
And did you finish on schedule, ahead of schedule, or?
Finished exactly on schedule, yeah. I told them it would take me about 8 weeks, so we did.
Nice, nice. And did you do a strength test on the wall? I'm just curious, like how strong is it?
Yeah, the concrete is 4,000 psi.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the real deal.
So tell us how much overbuild this is in consideration if, let's say, a wall of water of equal height was rushing at it. Like, how many more times stronger do you think it really is? It needs, you know?
Well, this is made to withstand like a flash flooding. Yeah, that's what it's made for. And it will hold that. Yeah. It's not only the strength of the wall; it's also the design of the wall, the way it deflects forces when it bounces off the diagonal side, the 45-degree angle, and then it deflects the forces also. So it's not only that it's just a strong wall; it's also a very good design.
Nice.